Coin problems, algebra problems like coin problems. I also have a Facebook group called Algebra Word Problems Suck. So a typical algebra problem looks like this. Jim has quarters and nickels. He has twice as many quarters as nickels. If the value of coins totals $4.40, how many nickels and quarters does Jim have? Now, when I was taking algebra a long time ago, I just thought to myself, why doesn't Jim just count his quarters and nickels? But you know what? You're going to have to figure out how to do these problems to pass algebra. So I'm going to help you do that. We want to start using symbols, so we're going to say N is equal to nickels, Q is equal to quarters, which is logical. Something else we need to do is make sure we look at what we know already. We know that quarters look like that, and they're worth 25 cents. Nickels, they look like that, and they're worth 5 cents. We know that $4.40 is equal to 440 cents. So now we have everything in cents, the units, all the same units. It's one of the first things you need to do. Now, if the value of coins totals 440 cents, that equation looks like this. You take the number of quarters times 25 cents plus the number of nickels times 5 cents is equal to 440 cents. The number of quarters times 25 cents. For example, let's say I have 4 quarters. Jim has 4 quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. And that's equal to 100 cents. 4 times 25 is equal to 100 cents. That's all we're doing here. Now, the other equation we have is he has twice as many quarters as nickels. That equation looks like this. 2n is equal to q. Twice as many nickels, 2 times n is equal to q. So if he has a nickel, he has 2 quarters. 2 times 1 is equal to q, or 2. If he has 2 nickels, he has 4 quarters. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. It's as simple as that. So now we have that equation, 2n is equal to q. And this other equation is q times 25 cents plus nickels times 25 cents is equal to 440. That q, 2n is equal to q, is the same q as that q. So we can take this equation, 2n is equal to q, and take that 2n and slide it right down where that q is. So 2n times 25 is equal to 50n plus 1n times 5. 1 times 5 is 5n is equal to 440 cents. Now we can solve for n. So let's just make it a little cleaner. So 50n plus 5n, 50n plus 5n is equal to 55n, and that's equal to 440. Now we got to solve for n. N is equal to, so we multiply both sides by 1 divided by 55, and we have to do that to both sides of the equation to keep it balanced. So the 55's cross out. 440 divided by 55 is equal to 8. So n, the number of nickels, is equal to 8. You have 8 nickels. Jim has 8 nickels. So we also know that 2n is equal to q, so we know that he has 8 nickels. Those are his 8 nickels right there. Two times 8, 2 times n is equal to q. And we're going to take that 8 right there. 2 times 8 is equal to 16. Jim has 16 quarters. 8 nickels, 16 quarters. So he's got a lot of money. He could have counted it himself, but we had to figure it out for Jim. 8 times 5, we'll make sure it's right. 400 is equal to 40 cents. 16 times 25 is equal to 400 cents. And that equals 440 cents. Or $4.40. This is what we did. We convert everything to the same units, in this case cents. We found the equations and we solved. That's about it. Again, this is how you do a coin problem. And check out my Facebook group, Algebra Word Problems Suck.